Before we'd even found a house, we were told the history of Welcome Bay is a bit rough. They call it the Ghetto. When we first moved to town from Aussie, we said we were going to move to Welcome Bay. Being a silly Australian, I didn't know much about it, but we moved in and it was beautiful. Waipuna Park start off with as a sports and recreation ground, but it is a bit of a hidden gem because down the bottom here amongst the valley there's a little creek that runs out to a little waterfall and you can just disappear amongst the trees and feel like you're not in the middle of the suburbs. We used to come here with the kids when my boy was still crawling and Paigey was a toddler running around, and we actually thought to ourselves, you know, there's one thing missing, can we get a good coffee around here? And we couldn't for the life of us. We thought, well, there's a market there for sure, so hence the drive to open our little container here in Waipuna Park. We really wanted to do something for ourselves and we really wanted to work it around the kids, really. We're big believers in trying to keep the family unit together as much as possible. Owning and running a business in town would have been difficult to keep an eye on the kids and be there for when we're needed. So we sort of thought up this process of having a little container in the park. We could produce the food here or from home or whatever, however it might work, but just being local.
Yeah, thanks, you too. Good on you.
We knew it'd work. A lot of people said, you know, you sure you want to do that? And we were positive. It made perfect sense to us. But yeah, it's a dangerous place to work because I love food. We started the process of trying to get the container, it will look probably 7 years ago now. The council, I think their hands were tied. We thought we were a chance and then we found out we just weren't. The council said no commercial activity on council land, which we dealt with. We thought we'd have one more shot. We sent a letter to the council, heard nothing. That's when we sent a letter to the Commissioner Stephen Selwood. His PA got back to us within 12 hours and said, you've got a meeting in the next morning. That was a pretty intense moment, sitting at a massive council table with the Commissioner at one end, and I had half an hour to sell the idea. He said, yes, make it work, let's make it happen. That was an exciting moment, but then, yeah, I suppose we had to make it happen. We're very lucky we got a mate, and he said, oh, I got a plan, you know. I got a mate who's got a container, it fell off the back of a ship, and I got a workshop, you know, we can work on it together. It took about 12 months, really. We moved it onto the site on I think it was the 5th of January 22, and when we opened, we smashed it. We had a great crowd, such a good response from the locals. So I get here at about 6:15. And it's the most beautiful time of the day, you know, especially now this time of the year when the sun's just rising and the birds are singing and dog walkers coming through. You know, I feel alive, you know. I mean, it's also pretty lucky that I can come in and bank myself a fresh coffee straight away. That's one of the enticing things about, you know, getting up early. It's pretty scary not having the walk-by traffic, not having people who are always here, you know, and then it rains and we watch the weather, we watch the forecast and you think, oh no, we've done the right thing, you know. We're lucky our overheads are a little bit lower than what they would be in town for a bigger building. So you've got to make sure each and every day you're at your top game. Hospitality is a funny thing. If you stay in the same venue for a while, you see people grow, you see people age. We've watched families birth children and then the children talk to us, you know, it's incredible. You don't realise 4 years is a short time in my long life, but it's a long time in a short life. We've got a strong senior crowd. There's a retirement village up the road. We feel like we're opening the local community up again, you know, bringing people together. I match people up sometimes, you know, I see different characters who I know would suit, and if they're there at the same time, I introduce them and we've built friendships amongst people, tradies together, workers together, you know, so yeah, it's really good to be part of it.
Just great to come down here. Matt's just a champion human, knows all our names, knows all our coffees, always has a story for us, but more importantly, he's always interested in our story, you know, and it's just a real asset in this beautiful park in Tauranga.
Going back to what Welcome Bay was, you know, it's a beautiful, beautiful place. And, you know, I fail to find the right word, but patriotic comes to mind. The locals know that if something's going to say, they've got to support it, and they've been so supportive. The locals do tell us that we've improved things since we've been here, you know, brought a bit of security and, yeah, just a bit of vision on the park. and we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the locals giving us constant trade. It's just, you know, honestly, I feel blessed. Every morning and every day I'm amazed at how many people come and say hi. And honestly, even on some of the wettest days we've had people run across the car park in the rain to get a coffee or a treat. And yeah, honestly, the word is definitely blessed.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoy stories like this, please consider subscribing.